Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Sellerboard Show podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about Shopify. And our guest on the podcast is Anatoliy Labinskiy, who is the founder and the CEO of the GSM Growth Agency. He shared some very interesting insights. He shared his personal story. It has been an amazing talk. So I suggest to stay till the end, watch it, listen to it. Besides that, one more important point. If you don't know by now, for some reason, Sellerboard has a special version for Shopify stores. So it's sellerboard.io. Also, it has a demo account. Go ahead. If you have a Shopify business, visit the website, see the demo account, see how it works. The software is free, so you have no excuse not to try it for your Shopify business. And you can analyze all of your profitability, take into account all of your overhead expenses, fluctuating COGS, connect your external marketing channels, all of that good stuff. So be sure to check out the demo account, try it for yourself. Besides that, the talk with Anatoly has been amazing. Stick around and watch and learn. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Sellerboard Show podcast. Today, our guest is Anatoliy Labinskiy, who is the founder and head of the GSM Growth Agency, an agency for Shopify sellers. And today is a special episode, the first one dedicated exclusively to sellers that work on Shopify. So I'm personally looking forward to a really interesting discussion. Hello, Anatoly. Thank you for joining our podcast.
Hi, Alex. I really appreciate for being invited here, and I'm open to share whatever you like about the Shopify experience, because this is what's my expertise, and I love to being on the podcast like that and sharing all the skills and helping people who are listening.
Thank you. That's great. That's always great to hear. So first of all, I've seen the dedicated page that contains some of the details of your story, how you became a seller and how you founded the agency. And it's really impressive, I have to say. I would like you to share some of this experience, some of the story, because it's really inspiring. So I bet our listeners would love to get a little bit of that inspiration for their own journey. So my question is, basically, where you started from and what was the background of becoming the seller?
Yes, sure. So the main thing is that my story is really long, and I really understand that it's inspiring, and I will try to make it as short as possible. So to be short, I'm Ukrainian and moved from Ukraine to Dubai back in 2013, and I was really having always fails in the trying to make money, to save money, always some kind of situations happen in life. It's life, everyone has their own. But the thing is that when we had not enough income, we were renting the small apartment, no small room in the 2-bedroom apartment. This was another Filipino family. Me and my wife, it was 2017, came in the room and she started crying and what's happening? Because we were so broke, we were not able to pay even for the own apartment, even studio. And she said, I'm pregnant. And that was 24th of February 2017. This is super short story. So basically I went to the pharmacy to buy another test to make sure that it's true. I was happy at the beginning. She was crying because she was happy, but she was scared. And because of the situation where we are. And I stay next to the pharmacy and start shaking. It was really insanely, I just paralyzed. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I just scared as never before. And I said to myself one thing, I just squeezed my hands and said, my baby won't come in this world in the financial situation where I am today. And that those words were such a strong insight in my mind, in my brain, that I completely believe on that. And from that moment, I started moving forward to find out how I can make any kind of extra income. I never was thinking about entrepreneurship, about the marketing especially. I didn't know about that anything. And I moved my wife back to Ukraine because there was no chances to keep her in Dubai without work. Since she's pregnant, on the 5th month of pregnancy, I moved her, and in July I read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I understood that freaking wow, like entrepreneurship, this is what I want to do. I didn't understand it before. This is only the way how I can make money, like by working on myself. And I found out in August, 25th of August, Facebook targeted me. I didn't understand it. I was thinking it's kind of destiny that like econ book or ebook from Fred Lam, starting from zero, how to start your dropshipping store on Shopify for $100. Obviously, I didn't believe in $100, but I want to study what it's all about. And I read 180 pages book in 1.5 hours. I was consuming every single page. I was so impressed. I was like, no freaking way. Seriously? How that can be possible? Because in my mind, advertising it's like big companies, Coca-Cola, Mercedes, BMW, coming in the office of Facebook, negotiating, signing contract, and the ads are coming. No, it's a freaking business manager in Facebook. It's so easy, it's so funny that I didn't know that. So for me, it was a aha moment, and I promised to myself that I'm going to be doing that like forever. I don't know how, but I will figure it out, and whatever it takes. And I opened 29th of September, I opened my first Shopify store, where first 6 months I was failing. I lost everything what I had. My wife almost divorced on me because I lost everything. I became addicted, and I knew that I never had any thoughts of quitting, but like I already owe money to my friends. I owe money to the bank. I owe money to the credit card company. I don't have any income from my side. I have 5 different jobs to treat the Facebook advertising just to see what's going to be working. The mistake was that I didn't work with any mentors. I didn't understand that moment. And since in January, I found out the mentor group coaching for the analyzing my ads. In the first 15 days, I made my first $8,000 in profitable sales. It was an incredible moment where I said to myself, done. Like it's showing me that it's possible. Now I won't stop. So basically a super short story, October the same year, 2018, I start partnering with one person, start running ads for him, already become more stronger on the advertising, and we made first $50,000 together. After that, November 150, March 2019 250 in 3 weeks. After that, we got screwed up, and again and again the circling continued, and we made couple of meals like together. After that, I start mentoring people because people were asking me. I was sharing my story and fails in Facebook, and this is where like I become kind of not influencer, but kind of known on the social media about what I'm doing because I'm real. I went through the several struggles before get results. And 2020, I decided that I will move to the agency side because there was a huge demand. People were asking me to manage the ads for them. And this is where like story begin with the GSM Growth Agency. I started with one employee for 1 year in 2019, 2020. When I made decision to switch, we moved to 9 employers in 2 months, 4x in results. By end of the year, 12 employers, and there is like already was like maybe 20x and so on. So like this is how we are moving so far. We became 44 team members. Right now we are 30 because we optimize our human power in the most right way. And yeah, like we generated over 20 million so far, and looking forward to like double those results as fast as possible, because now with AI systems, with a lot of technologies, we can do that. So yeah, so basically it's a super short story of my beginning.
That. First of all, let me say that it's really impressive. That's a really impressive story. And the second thing is, I really fast forward they've done there. I wanted to ask you a question though. So through the it's basically, it's not related to Shopify in any way, or maybe a business that you've done. It's kind of personal. Through the hardships, through the period, when you failed constantly once again and again, and then you understood that you have the responsibility towards your wife and your future child. So how do you think, what was that inner force, or maybe that fire that kept burning inside and pushing you forward, and that didn't make you give up? What was it? How do you think?
Yeah, there is one main thing and couple of like just important thing of the mindset. The first one is that I knew my why. My why was so strong that there was no other way, other option than succeed. So my why was, it's my baby, my life. I'm sick and tired of everything what I got in life, and I have seen how people can get successful online, that I became addicted to that, and I said that like I'm not worse than them. If they can do it, I can do that for sure. My why was so strong that I didn't see any kind of reasons that I won't be able to achieve that. And another thing that the period from 2013 to 2017, before I found out e-commerce, I was failing so much on the different applying for different applications to the job offers and so on. Like I never get luck on anything, so I become kind of stress relief in terms of
Yeah.
failing. For me,
Yeah.
it became normal, and after that, I start reading like books such as No Excuses, Brian Tracy, 10x Grant Cardone, Be Obsessed or Be Average, Grant Cardone, videos with such kind of people, and I start collecting puzzles together, what's making successful, wealthy people successful. And I realized that there is one thing: never quit and being okay with failure. Because failure is not you're failing when you're quitting.
Yeah.
If you're not quitting, you're just learning the lesson and moving forward. Make sure that you learn the lesson and don't repeat the same mistake. And I was like exactly moving that way. And every failure was like okay, like Thomas Edison tried how many 10,000 times to create the first lamp, and finally on 10,000 first time he made it. So I like, okay, so now I have 9,999 times to try. So I was like, it's fine, it's a process. I just became really stress relief on that part, and now we have even quote in our agency between the team, we can manage. We have so much going on every single time, whatever is, there is no freaking way to survive. I'm saying we can manage. It's horrible, but we will manage. We'll find out the way. There is always solution. So that mindset helped me to survive, I would say, on the most difficult times in my life.
Amazing, amazing. So basically, it's the failures that made your skin thicker and made you, kind of resistant to everything that life has thrown towards you. That's great. All
Yeah.
right. Thanks. That's really inspirational. Now, I would like to slowly move towards the agency, and I saw the website. So basically, I know some stuff about what you do. But by the way, you've mentioned that you now have like 30 people at the moment.
Yeah, 31. Yeah.
31. An amazing team, beautiful faces. So please tell me more. First of all, who are your clients? And then I would really like you to kind of walk me through the process. How do you work? How do you onboard the clients? Because sellerboard is this is what we do. We do profit analytics, and a lot of our users and listeners of this podcast are using Amazon and Shopify at the same time, and some of them maybe use only Shopify. So I would like you to kind of expand on what is the process of working with a growth agency like yours is. What could be, their experience, and what should they be prepared for, and how you can help them as an agency. So please relate on that.
So yeah, sure. Well, first of all, I really love my team. I mean, a team has been built from scratch, like the same like me became a CEO. I like first half year of running agency, I didn't understand that I'm a CEO. But my team would mention to me like, as a CEO, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm an advertiser guy, So like I realized that I have to study that stuff. So and after that we start hiring. The thing is, in my company there is almost no retention, which is people are staying like since we opening. Some of them who came like in half year, 1 year later, and still with us. Like in other words, 1 year plus for sure. So majority of the team members 2 years plus. So the main thing, like to motivate the team and how to keep them staying, it's showing the future, showing that we can manage anything, and they are in the company which can handle even if we can handle such kind of situation. What can we do if everything is smooth, And we have always nothing is smooth is going on, nothing, unfortunately. We always dealing with something, and like team seeing that like I believe like leadership is kind of strong, and because like I don't know how to fail, I don't know how to quit. So that's why about the team, very important for us. It's being honest person, because we are working on the remote. So like being honest, do the work, make the work done. Nobody would ask any questions. If you are doing everything on time, your customers are satisfied, results are there, then we won't be asking you anything about check-in, check-out, recording your screen. If we don't do that shit, to be honest with you, because like our team are each of them, I would say, entrepreneurs who are working for themselves, because I'm guiding them in the way exactly like you are working on yourself. Use the company as a tool to make money for yourself, because if you're making money, means a company is succeeding as well.
Yeah.
So for customers, we're working with United States. It's all Shopify store owners, dropshipping, and the brands. Majority of them, around 80% of the whole customer base, it's United States. Some of them New Zealand, some of them Australia, some of them Canada. Before it was Europe as well, but now mostly those 4 countries, and this is like became historically that the United States became exactly known on that market. And yeah, I got my place of the niche there, and like several competitors who were working with us with similar revenue, similar team members, and so on, are not exist anymore. Since 2021 happened, most of them die off by 2022. Couple of them left, but 2023 already they are like switching to mentorship or whatever. Like, and we are staying here because we are strong. And yeah, so basically our customers, dropshippers and brands, which is like now we want to pivot more into the brands because it's more fun, it's more revenues, it's more consistency. We build an ecosystem of the advertising for them, like Facebook, TikTok, Google, email, SMS marketing, everything is done by us. Like we just packaging that in one ecosystem, which is like helping customers making everything.
May I interrupt you right here? So
yeah.
Me, I'm not a seller, not an Amazon seller, neither a Shopify seller. So a lot of things that you mentioned right now are new, and I would really like to kind of stop you from time to time and ask you about some details. Sure. So when you're talking about an ecosystem, what basically is it? What do you mean? Why is there a need to create something interconnected, so between the channels?
Great question, by the way. For a long time ago, nobody asked me that. So 2021, iPhone, Apple created the updated version of iOS 14.
Yeah.
That moment, most of our advertisers were on the stage of losing advertising data. So, and when that happened, it's first of all attack on Facebook. Facebook were destroyed because of that. So, and at that moment, TikTok wasn't that famous yet. So like Google, TikTok haven't been like affected that much that moment. So, and we decided, like, number one thing is to adapt to the changes. So we start notice that really the data is showing incorrect, and we understand that very important to making diversification of traffic sources, because before we were agency on Facebook advertising only, Shopify store management and Facebook advertising. But when everything happened, we understood that we need to diversify. So by building an ecosystem, this is what we created. It's exactly helping a business owner to be safe and secured of if Facebook gets screwed up, restrictions, disapprove ads, data are double tracking, untracking, and so on. We are here with TikTok, with Google, with email SMS marketing. So basically, one of the placements are failing, others are protecting, and consistency continue giving revenue. And again, Facebook came back in the track. Google failed because of some kind of whatever restriction could be done. And like other platforms are covering each other. So it's an ecosystem of the consistency, revenue-driven possibilities for any kind of Shopify brand owner. And this is what we call that as a advertising ecosystem. Yeah, so that was the main reason why we decided to expand a bit on the different advertising platforms, because otherwise it would be hard to deal only with Facebook, because 2021 and 2022 was huge on the restrictions, blocks, disabled BMs and so on from Facebook side. So like, yeah, that was one of the saving things which we created for ourselves.
Yeah. That's really insightful. Yeah, thank you. So the next question that comes to my mind is regarding the clients that you have. And for example, say I will decide to open a Shopify store tomorrow, and I will get everything set up and done. At what point do you think that I would be prepared to contact a growth agency like yours and say, hey guys, I have a Shopify store. I need your help with running my ads and probably creating an ecosystem like such, or maybe should I grow organically to a certain point, or do I need could I address your services right from the very start?
Great question. Here is first thing. If you are starting as a brand, so and you already understanding possibilities how to grow organically, so means building first of all audience around your brand, and after that start selling it. It's insanely good. It's powerful. It's a great way to start with, especially if you're limited on the budget. If you're a just drop shipper who create a Shopify store like I was in 2017 and want to start it, so you can there is two different customers. First customer, drop shipper, or in our end, we're working with investors who want to get Shopify store done for you.
Yeah.
And so he doesn't need to have a store, because most probably we will be looking on his store if it's a dropshipping store, and just making all the readjustments from our end, because we know what's optimizing the best for sales, what kind of design it's supposed to be, what kind of colors, what kind of buttons, apps, and so on. So mostly we'll just take his store and just change it completely. So if it's an investor who wants to done for your store, we don't need anything from him except like he is investing, and we start working and we doing our things. We preparing the product research team, preparing the products. We start testing the products. And usually before building ecosystem for the dropshipping done for you service, we first of all starting with Facebook or TikTok, testing out, finding out what's working. When it starts working and giving us consistent results, then we switch into adding additional traffic sources to make sure that, like, if it's die off here, we need to be on another platform and start optimizing there. So yeah, then we start building ecosystem. But second kind of customer, it's brands. They come into us, and
sorry,
then
Anatoly, before we switch to brands, sorry for interrupting you. I will be doing this.
No worries. It's good. Tell me.
Just I want to finish I have a question regarding the drop shippers and the investors as you position them, probably, right? So let's talk numbers. For me, for example, if I decide to become an investor and create a Shopify store and hand it out to you and say, hey, Anatoly, please help me with the store, I'm ready to invest. What is the, you would say, average minimum of amount of resources and I should invest and should have ready? So how much money do I need to start? That's the basic question. Probably a lot of people think about that, and what do I need to start?
That's exactly like what is usually the most often question. And I would say I would start from like you as a person who want to start his dropshipping store business, like in general, because our services, it's our sole pricing, so it's all about like if you're able to pay for that or no. But to start the dropshipping store in nowadays, it's not 2013, it is not 2017 when everything was on hype and you just like need really not $100 but $1,000 and you're ready to go. I would recommend to anyone who want to jump into the dropshipping space in nowadays to have at least for advertising, for managing the store apps and all the stuff, to make the creatives if he doesn't know how to do that by himself. If he knows, he has skills, awesome, but make creatives, like customer service, it will be later on from sales, that's fine, but like optimizing the store, running ads, and so on, testing different products, I would recommend have at least on this part at the beginning $3,000 at least. It doesn't mean that you will not find a winning product before you spend that amount. You could spend even more, but you can spend 2 times lower and start getting sales, and sales will start recovering your expenses. You will be during the testing phase, you're gonna be still spending on ads, getting some sales. They could be on break even or minus, but they will be recovering some of your expenses.
Yeah.
But still, you need this guy, because first, when you're a beginner, payment providers doesn't know you, which is Shopify payments, Stripe, PayPal, whatever. they most probably will hold your money for 2-3 weeks until item will be delivered. That could happen. That's most of the time happening. So by that being said, you receive the money with, like, you purchase the item when you're receiving the money, correct? You receive the funds, you buying the item. But here you receive the funds, but you cannot withdraw them, but they are already with you, but you cannot withdraw, so you need to buy on your own, like item, and send it to the customer. You don't need to handle inventory, but every single piece which is customer purchasing from you, he's paying, it's on hold, you need to use your own to send to him, and after that it's on hold it in a couple of weeks, and you have a bunch of cash. So like that's why like you spend 1.5 on testing, but another 1.5 at least to have with you, because you need to recover those kind of things until payment providers will become okay with you. They will trust you enough, but some of them can hold on 180 days. It could happen anything, because you're a beginner. It's normal. It's painful, but it is normal. It can be managed. We are managing that. We are helping out our customers to manage those situations. And then to avoid those kind of situations as much as possible. And then like at least 3,000, it's what is like minimum, in my opinion, has to be ready to invest and being okay if it won't be returned. Because most of the people, when they start investing, it's e-commerce. You're spending on the ads, let's say $100 a day.
Yeah,
it's $100 a day every single day going out of your ad account, from your bank account. The physical business, you bought a table, you bought a couch, and your bank account became $300, $400, $500 less. And you understand, this is a couch, this is the table, I know what it's all about, where I invest my money. But when it's going on the ads, advertising, especially if you're not running ads, if it's like, for example, like my agency running ads, you just like sitting down and looking, oh my God, $100. It's stressful. It's really stressful. Like what's happening, what those guys now know what they're doing. If you are but doing that by alone, by how I done, you have no clue what you're doing, and you just like monkey pressing on the freaking buttons, don't know what it's all about. And like unfortunately it is, and you're losing your money. At least agency knows what they are doing. If it's spending the budget, it means something is going on. So, and until they becoming profitable, it's really tough to be mentally strong to understand the process. So the first thing first, it's at least $3,000 or amount, which maybe you have 10K. Perfect, it's fine, it's good. Just be okay that you could not return your investments, because what's happening, people are having mental issues, and after that 2 weeks or 2 months of the testing phase, they like, oh, I realize I don't want to do that. It's not what I want to. They're just understanding, and after that, some of them understand it and go, because it's understandable. It's fine. I've been in that case. That's why 99% of quitting and only 1% is succeeding. And like on my end, like I always educating our customers, so that's why like they're staying with us and they start getting results later on. The thing is that people are really quitting and going. So that's why sometimes if you are not sure, do you want to do that or not, you can invest if you have possibilities of amount, like the same way crypto or stock market. Invest not all the money what you have, invest what you're ready to lose if it won't work out. I would say this is going to be the golden mine, but not less than 3K to have in the pocket at least.
So another question that popped up in my mind, you as an agency, how do you handle this situation? Probably you've ran into a couple or more clients that really went through this stressful phase when they start burning their budgets and they don't really understand whether they are becoming profitable or not. So what's the mechanism behind this? How do you explain to them, or how do you maybe show what are the metrics that you show them and say, hey, okay, you need to calm down right now, because this is the dynamics that we have. This is the trend that we have right now. This is what we are going. And maybe right now you're not gaining any profit right now, but you are going to get there in a week, a month, I know 3 months. So if we are starting to talk about profitability, this is what excites me more. So how do you analyze, that movement, and how do you show it to the client and, fuel their belief in the fact that they will get the result? Because you mentioned the fact that you educate them. So probably it's a part, of educating the client. How is that process?
Yeah, so if you're speaking about the beginner drop shippers, like investors done for your stores, I have been in those shoes, so I know exactly the feeling. And especially I've been alone, which is much more painful and much more costly. So like that's why I transfer more my experience into my team of what people are feeling. And actually most of my team are drop shippers who lose the money on the ads but knows exactly what to do, and they not lose. They start drop shipping, and they were not having enough cash to continue because of holds and so on.
Yeah.
So by that being said, like it's some of my students, my media buyers, were students 3 years ago. So
Yeah.
like, but they were not able to continue because they had gap on cash. And I like, okay, you know what you're doing. It's working on your end, but you're not able to handle. Would you like to be a media buyer? And not everyone wants to be entrepreneurs. So they really lack media buying side. And like that's what I'm saying right now, that very important to understand that like to have this feeling, so have this understanding. So my media buyers as well has their own experience, and we educating that this is the part and what you have to be prepared for, because my media buyers who were having their own stores a long time ago, they were just not able to like handle cash flow. So we are educating what they have to be prepared when it start working. Plus some of them now handling their own stores, because like now they're making money and they handling the stores for themselves because they don't have any more cash problems. But like that's exactly what we're saying to our customers. But from another hand, recently we started recording YouTube live stream interviews with our customers who got like over 100K. Over 100K with us, we recording the interview and like, hey, like describe. So most of them was the same story. 2, 3, 4 months, no winning product, no consistent sales. Like it was struggle. They were like feeling, oh my God, what am I doing? One of them was from Amazon to Shopify. Another one, it's first experience in e-commerce. Another one was like he was done already before. So like they just was feeling that like they are in the right hands because of the customer service, because the guys are real. They always updating me. They always explaining what's happening, and like I'm trusting them. And they have right mentality to be entrepreneurs. So, and they were just patient. They were just looking on the numbers. They were understanding the process according to our feedback. And by that being said, one of the really recent cases, 4 months, no winning product. After that, in the 1 month, 400K almost.
Wow.
So, like, it is e-commerce. That's why I'm doing that. That's why the passion is the key. 3 months, nothing, losing here and there, like couple of hundreds, maybe up to 1,000, nothing. It's like vomiting. It's annoying. It's nothing happening. And after that, we find out a strong product, which is like, whoa, 34, 44% profitability. It's something insane. Let's move in, optimizing. Now let's scale. Boom. Like with TikTok ads, only 400,000 in short period of time. It was really something what is on all the recent cases, incredible. And the person definitely happy that he didn't quit, because he took back home over 6 figures in profit. And like in matter of 3 months of waiting, 4 months of waiting, I believe it worth it, because try to open the coffee shop or some grocery shop or whatever offline, and that COVID won't be hit at you, or like at least in matter of like several years, you would get back multiple 6 figures in profit. This is the power of e-commerce.
I totally relate to that. I have some background in offline marketing, and the retail, and especially the HoReCa sector. A lot of people they have this dream opening a coffee shop, running the business on their own, and they think that it will be just like that I'll be
they'll be shut down their doors in the first year.
Yeah, most of them first year they will lose their clients. So basically, but so you've mentioned that you have these cases, these use cases from your students, and one of them you mentioned that he switched actually from Amazon to Shopify. Are you able, to describe some of the details and relate on that story? So why did he had to make the switch, and how Shopify helped him resolve the trouble that he had on Amazon? What was basically actually the trouble that he had on Amazon? So, if you could tell me a little bit more about that.
I will say both sides, because this particular case, it was misunderstanding that he is in Amazon and he decided to invest in Shopify. So he's passive investor. He invested in Done For You Amazon. He invested Done For You Shopify, and Done For You Shopify working for him better, as according to his feedback, according to the return of investment and profitability. But still, we have a lot of potential clients who were about to join us and who joined us, who been on Amazon, and they decide to give a shot to Shopify, and after that they quit on Amazon. And or some people who are just running from shiny object to shiny object, they invest in here, after that it doesn't work first couple of months, they invest in another, and then they losing everywhere, and after that they coming back to us, oh yeah, you were telling me, but now I'm ready. And he's saying, I lost 15K, or I lost 35K. One guy came to us. He was like, we were talking for a couple of months, and he decided to go with another agency. We were trying to educate him why he shouldn't do that. We never say anything bad, even we know some background of some agencies. We never say anything bad about the competitors. But we're trying to educate our potential client what they should do, what they shouldn't do, even without us. What they have to put attention if they will go without us. They were not listening, and after that, one guy came back to us. I lost 180K in 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm ready to start. Come on. We were trying to explain you what exactly is the pitfalls where you're going, why, especially with people who he was trying. I got scammed at 6,000. They promised to create a store for me and disappeared.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This is really a very good topic to address. So imagine that we have maybe viewers or listeners that are thinking right now about finding an agency. What points or what red flags would you suggest for them to look out for when sourcing an agency? So what they should pay attention to?
Yeah, so number one thing is big things, which is people reacting on social media, guy next to the Lambo, next to the jet. I will open the secret, guys. Jet photo shooting cost only a few $1,000s. You just go into the jet, taking photo shooting and going out. This is how it works. And all of those freaking Instagram guys who have one post or 3 posts or 2 posts with their jet, they are not flying by jet. If they having stories every single week or couple of times a month with the jet flying, so most probably that guy flying by jet, that's another thing. But again, it's just big stuff about a Lambo in Dubai. I can rent from my friends Lambo for $600, and I will do freaking awesome video shooting, photo shooting, and I'm in Dubai. Guys, I used to live in Dubai for 5 years. I know what it's all about, and come on. But people are not aware, and they are reacting on that. Plus, even worse, Instagram pages which has 2-3 posts, horrible looking, no following, no stories, highlights, no social proof. And after that, guy came to us, I paid them 35K and they scammed me. They just blocked me after that. We are talking about completely different investments, completely different pricing with him, which is it's lower for what he invests. And on my page, on my company page, we have stories highlights since 2018. So this is what I'm showing to you about the choosing agency, agency mentor, social proof. I have social proof since 2018 when I was running my stores, when I was running customer stores, but students, investors, everything. There were several multiple 6 figures, multiple 5 figures, multiple 4 figures, even 500 a day, 300 a day, everything different stages has been shared, and there is several of them, screenshots from the chats with the team and the customers, and all of that. It's there. It's for years. You can see how many weeks. It's I don't know, 120 weeks, 150 weeks back. Stories highlights. So it's a social proof. You go scrolling down. That guy has a family. That guy always online. Stories every single day, which means he's active. He's there. Audience is there. So this kind of page, in my opinion, is completely trustable, and you have to follow. You have to look on it. You have to understand if you really want to work, because the trust one thing, but as well, I you really want to work with such kind of people? I mean, is that something what I feel comfortable with?
Yeah.
It's another thing. Maybe you're thinking about joining them, but then they providing different kind of service which you were expecting. So double check, having a call with them or chat in DM. So that's one of the things, because people are really reacting on bleak stuff. Like there was one guy who scammed around 5 people who came to us. It's like exactly was 180K, it was 60K, it was something like huge numbers. And I look on his, I ask my team, like ask them to share the Instagram page. There is 5 posts, one with McLaren, one with Lamborghini, one something else, like Shopify expert, no results, nothing on the page, and it's like 100K followers. Like, and he's just like getting paid and like blocking people after that when he get paid. Like, it's up to you, it's up to people, but I'm really trying to educate everyone. When we're talking to them, think logically. Look on our website. Our team members are there. Our results, our YouTube channel, come in every single week videos. Would it be happening if people just come in others? Like we have even awards, like 4 times awards of the ClickFunnels, generated over 1 million with ClickFunnels each. Now we have 4 of them. Like we have different social pools, Forbes Business Council. Like right now I'm in top 100 United States entrepreneurs with Ukrainian origins. Like I'm going to be publishing the book. So I'm proud of that, but I'm just saying we're making that for real, showing social proof that we are real. And this is like in all the successful agencies who are 10x bigger than me, they're in biggest podcasts. They're like around the people, they're speaking on the stages. I'm speaking on the stage first time in my life in October in Frankfurt, Germany, this year.
Good luck with that. Good luck.
I appreciate it. Like it's like, I'm a bit stressing about it. I'm not stressing, but worrying about that. But I really want to start it. And it is well, like it's showing that you're expert in the industry. People want to listen to you, and if people wants to see you on the stage, it means something. So like, and when they like go in and like saw the shiny object because he's on the Lambank, and in the DMs on the call, they promising you 100x in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of people are buying it, but unfortunately, people are buying it.
Yeah. So basically, I think that the people that are buying it are the ones who are ready to pay expensive for expensive lessons. So this is a lesson to be learned.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not learning. They jump in on another shiny object, failing, and another. I'm telling you, sometimes we are having 5 times failed guys. And like, I don't know, I got scams 5 times. I'm not really sure if I can believe you. Okay, and the thing is that we are never guarantee anything. It's a business, and especially if it's a drop shipping from start. I'm not speaking about the business owners, brand owners. I'm speaking about drop shipping from start. How I can guarantee you if I don't see your data yet. I don't see your store. I don't see your data. I don't see your sales history. I cannot, even with that, like brand coming to us, I'm saying we are not provide any guarantees. I know that we will be able to achieve great results because I see the data, but still so much underwater stones that I don't want to put myself in such kind of thing. It's the same like agency which is generating 1 billion a year for their customers in e-commerce space. One of my great friends in United States, he is clearly mentioning in the agreement, no guarantees.
Yeah.
1 billion in the sales for 2022 in a year.
Yeah.
And like, they are not providing guarantees because guarantees, it's a scam.
Sure. Too many things that need to be taken into account. As you said, the underwater stones and everything. So why don't we stop there a little bit? So when finding out whether you're profitable or not, you have to take into account a lot of factors. So for example, when we are doing profitability analysis for Amazon, there are multiple things that we give our users the possibility to take into account. Like say, for example, fluctuations of cost of goods sold, because there are different batches. For example, the same product might cost, a batch of products will be costing something in a period of the year, and then prices change. I don't know, the situation changes. You need to take into account the fluctuations in the prices. So your cost of goods change. You have overhead expenses that you need to take into account. For example, I don't know, software, You have your services, you have maybe a warehouse, you have your photo shoots, I don't know, virtual assistants, or maybe an agency like yours. So there are a lot of things that you need to really take into account. My question is, as an agency, could you share some of the experience? What do you take into account when calculating profitability for your clients?
Yeah, since we're working with clients on the revenue share or profit share, it depends what client will choose, plus monthly retainer, we are having simple calculation for our end to get paid, which is agreed with the customer. But as well, like there is a clear data for customer to see his whole data. One of the simplest apps which can be used. It's not expensive. It's first 13 days for free. After that, $20 a month, all in True Profit. So the name is True Profit. It's super simple. You just fill up your cost of goods. You fill up your like shipping, pricing, whatever you want about like general what advertising. You integrate your Facebook, TikTok, or email, whatever with that, and you can see your expenses on those platforms. And it's calculating in one click to you all the profitability or lost. But as well, there is possibilities to edit custom expenses, which is some of our customers are doing to see their most real profitability. And at the end, like we're running, let's say, store for 28% profitability. But if you make custom expenses, which is in customer side to see his clear profit, which is minus our service. So he adding custom service, like our expenses divided by 30 days, like how much he's paying us per day, plus some additional cost for additional subscriptions outside of Shopify, like some kind of additional things. And after that, like he's seeing like instead of 28, let's say 19, 20, or like 17. So, but it is this is like ended result before taxes. It's his income. So this kind of app, it's helping us a lot to calculate easily the costs and the profit loss. And another for another app as well, which is we using, and right now we actually as well, I'm a co-founder of 𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐞. It's like a data-driven platform which is helping track the AI platform, which is helping track the data on Facebook, TikTok for losing attribution. So it's what exactly happened on the iOS 14. When people start losing tracking on their social media platforms, we create exactly similar to our competitors Triple Whale, which is allowed to track the data properly. So for example, if the data on Facebook showing it's 4 sales, the correct one, it will be 6 sales. So 2 sales has been missed, and our software able to track all the data. So it's one of the things which is like on that software, on Triple Whale, on our side, it's possibilities as well, integrate everything together and make it like calculation of the profitability on the dashboard. So it's a comfortable dashboard with all the calculations of the profitability, and plus data-driven platform, which is helping you making the right decisions on the advertising, Facebook or TikTok. So basically, but most of the time we're using the Triple Whale or we're using True Profit in the store to like just checking daily updates, because like there is several ways, but True Profit super convenient, super comfortable to do that.
Nice. So now we've had a chat about one of our main competitors, actually, True Profit, because sellerboard.io is something, it's as I said before, our main domain of competence is profitability for Amazon. But basically, what we actually do on sellerboard.io, we give the same possibility, to see the profitability, to see the expenses, and actually to connect your external marketing channels, for example, like Facebook or TikTok. And we recently actually introduced the same thing, the first party pixel. I think that the solution that gives you the possibility to overcome the situation with the iOS problem, that doesn't give you the attribution. So we're having some common ground that we are working here with the Triple Whale. What's the name of the application that you're the co-founder of? Triple Whale?
No, I'm co-founder of the 𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐞 𝐭𝐫𝐢𝐚𝐥.io.
Okay.
𝐿𝐿 is our competitor. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So basically, we are kind of solving the same issue here. And True Profit, yeah, we know that the app, it's really nice. We are aiming, to take maybe a share of it, of the audience, because we are working with the same tools. We're taking the experience that we have with sellerboard and Amazon and putting it into Shopify. So maybe you should also check it out, because right now it's free to use. Maybe we would really appreciate your feedback on that, because it's something new to us. So we are only introducing it to the market, and getting the feedback at this point, everything is really valuable. So we would really like to know your opinion on that.
Actually, yeah, I'm open to check, because it's interesting to see the similar platforms, to like what kind of, not even difference, but how right now it's all about even how customers feel comfortable using XYZ app or software, to compare like what's different on that software.
Yeah.
Like different features, obviously it's cool, but like the convenience of using, it's the number one thing. So yeah, I would like to test it for sure.
Thank you. That would be a really good feedback for us, because, and by the way, the topic that you mentioned is something that I feel like, is really happening right now, because there is a lot of software in the market, and a lot of the software is basically doing the same thing. So it all boils down to the user experience that they get, what is more convenient, what is more easy to use, and how these data points that a lot of the software have access to, how they show up and mix up the data, how they give it to you, what is easier to use. So yeah, I really totally agree with that. All right. Thanks for that. Now, probably I would like to ask you, we had the talk about your story, we had the talk about the agency that you run. My probably last topic that I would like to address is not actually a topic, it's like a question. Are there any tips or any advice that you can give to Shopify sellers that are starting out and maybe kind of are on the fence right now, thinking about maybe they can do it on their own, and if they do, without addressing an agency and contacting someone who can support them and guide them on their own, like bootstrapped, like you were in the beginning? What, I don't know, 3 tips or maybe some advice, general advice that you could give for these guys?
I would say the number one advice would be find out the mentor. I mean, since you're doing that by yourself, you need someone who's going to be guiding you. Okay, maybe you don't have cash for that. Okay, maybe you like have some other reasons to do that you can't. But you can find out YouTube channel. Like number one thing which is rookie are doing, like I was, is that they studying thousands of people YouTube channel. They studying thousands of strategies, thousands of life hacks, and at the end it's becoming mess. So the number one thing is number one thing is the mentor. My highly recommendation for you. So mentor could be even YouTube channel, which is you will follow in what he's doing, if he's legit and trust, which is I was just about to share with you recently. I just recently shared with you like how to find out if you can trust them.
Yeah.
And follow only one, maximum 2 guys, but still try to focus on one, because when you are following the several like YouTubers or whatever other resources, it becoming a mess in your head. It's becoming mess, and I was losing all the money which I had on the advertising first 6 months, just because I was listening here, adjusted here, adjusted there, adjusted.
Yeah.
And it was a mess. Instead of just slow down, look on one guy, and like, okay, I will do with what this guy is doing, because he knows what he's doing. That guy knows as well. I'm not saying that another guy doesn't know. It's just like everyone has their own style, own understanding, own processes, and when you try to combine those processes, it's just like breaking.
They don't mix up,
doesn't
right?
work.
Yeah.
So that's number one advice. Like if it's a mentor, you cannot pay, find out YouTube mentor for yourself, and then when you get first results, pay for him, or consultation with the person who really knows much more than you. Some people offering the consultations. So the second advice, don't overspend on the ads. So like each testing should not take more than $100 if you didn't get any sales. only like on our end, we can spend more than 100 because we can see additional KPIs with our experience that we know that, okay, let's give a shot this like this tweak and see what happens. And sometimes it's happening awesome and we just like finding the winning synergation of creative and the interest, and then it's start working. But as a beginner, the basic strategies, don't spend like more than 100, because if on $100 it doesn't give you any good results, any sales, believe me, like most probably that product won't work, or you need extra like whatever dollars to test it out to give a shot. But since you're a beginner, most probably you're gonna be fail on it, so don't do that. Move to another product. So then second point I would call, don't marry on the product. Like test it out, doesn't work, move on. Third thing I would recommend, make sure that your store, when you start in, first of all, you're ready to invest enough time every single day. I would say at least 3-4 hours a day on studying and implementing, at least. It depends of your like schedule, how busy it is. So be ready to invest time, and don't run any ads until you made the product page and store looks legit. So all the policies are in, all the trust budgets, all the product reviews are there, all the stuff which is must be there for the good conversion rate and trust from your visitors. It must, because I see the agencies, I'm really shocked that I'm actually mentoring a couple of agencies as an agency owner and as an advertiser, and I noticed they're running ads for the product pages where it's Chinese reviews. Russian reviews, Chinese reviews, not adjusted, nothing. The picture of the product, like when box is broken. So they just like withdraw all the reviews and place it in the store and not even checking it. And so now you're spending money like not even $100, $200-300 a day on this store, and conversion rate is super low because people are not trusting that page. So make sure that you made the product page are really good enough before spending any single dollar on it, because it's one of the point of success. Except ads, except the ad copy, when you bring attention to your store must sell the problem, not the product. The problem which is this product is serving. So that's exactly like you serving the problem, person want to buy because he see the trust on your store. So this is 3 basic things. So for the beginners to follow, I would say, and really be ready to lose some money in the front end. It's investments, like you invest in everywhere. So no worries that it is not losing, it's investment. So you will be spending here and there, but at the end, when you find out the right thing and find out the strategy which is working for you, you'll return all your investments in one shot. But you have to be ready for stress, because in any kind of business, it's available.
Yeah, good stuff. I totally relate to that. So investment and preparing us for stress and kind of that mindset from the very beginning. That's great. Thank you. All right. Now, as we're heading to the final part of our discussion today, please tell me the viewers, the listeners that are really want to reach you, that probably want to take a shot with your agency. How can they do that? Where can they find you? Where should they follow you? Maybe, if you mentioned before the importance of having a mentor, and probably you are sharing some of the experience on a daily basis. So where can they follow you?
Yeah, sure. So one thing, like we have completely free educational channel on YouTube, which is Anatoliy Labinskiy. You can find out there is a lot of videos with me where I'm sharing case studies and some kind of insights, some kind of mental as well education. Plus where I'm answering by myself on DMs. It's my Instagram. It's the best place to reach me out. 𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐞 by Anatoliy, 𝐭𝐫𝐞𝐞 by Anatoliy. So on that Instagram, 40,000 plus followers, and having several stories highlights, which I was mentioned, because in the last year I got around maybe 40 fake accounts by people who trying to sell crypto shit. So I'm just saying that make sure that you following the right one, which is having the stories highlights a lot of like old posts. That's me. So, and just DM me, I'm answering right away. Plus, if you would like to have more information about our services, about how we can help you out, especially if you're a brand, because we are doing great with the brands, we're scaling that on the like really high levels. It's the easiest way to go to our Instagram page. There is a link to book a call, or our website, gsmgrowthagency.com. There is a button, book a call, just answer a couple of questions, choose the time, and it's completely free. We will find out what's working, what's not working on your end. We will find out if we are able to help you out, and in that case, we're gonna be just tell you the guidance, how you can manage that by yourself, or what exactly we can implement for you on your store. So yeah.
Great. Thanks. Totally do that. Everyone who listens to the podcast or watches the podcast, on YouTube, do that. Check out Anatoly's Instagram. I'm pretty sure we're going to plug in a QR code to this video, so you can use it to access a link. All right. And my last question, basically, this is a question that I address to everyone that's invited to the podcast. What is the thing that you enjoy the most in your work?
I would say, like, in the recent time there is too many challenges, but one of the things is challenges, because I've proven to myself that even that I can manage. It's like, it's something which is like you becoming much stronger. I'm really love what I'm doing. I really in love with what kind of impact I'm bringing in the world, and when we are making difference for some of the people out there, it's like a huge pleasure, and it's even better than money, because like, okay, finances is cool, it's all what we are doing for, but feelings in heart, in soul,
Yeah.
when you are made some kind of difference in life of some people, that's insane. So like I'm proving myself that I'm stronger than I thought, and I'm showing to the world that actually there is a people who able to help and making things differently. Again, it's not working 100% correctly everywhere. I won't be promising anything, but like, you can even check, by the way, it's catch my thoughts. Some person yesterday left review about us working with us, and I was so upset because I read the review. He put the 1 star and saying how drop shipping is dead, how drop shipping. And about the guys, if they would be a bit cheaper, I would be most probably continue working with them. Thank you so much for such kind of feedback. And it's 1 star, it's not really something, it's not fair, I would say, when you are doing your best to deal with the customers in the right way. Anyway, yeah. So that's the thing.
That's really a good motivation to move on, to make the people first of all happy, not to leave you 1 star reviews, and maybe thinking about who you work with, because some of them don't really understand the role of the agency, and that you cannot guarantee anything. So maybe it's the name of the game. You either lose or you win, so a lot of factors need to be taken into account. Yeah. All right. Anatoly, thank you so much for coming to the podcast. It was a great talk. Lots of insights, a lot of inspiration, and for me personally, a lot of things got a lot clearer on how agencies work, on how maybe Shopify sellers should analyze and pick who they should work with, that credibility, reputation, what they should look out for. Thank you once again.
I appreciate it, Alex, for having me on the call. And yeah, whatever, guys, feel free, please, to reach out, and I will see if we can guide you in somehow that you can improve your results.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. It's been a great talk. See you soon. Bye. And this is it. Anatoly, thank you once again for coming to the podcast. And all of you, the viewers, the listeners that had the patience and the interest to come to this point, I really appreciate it. Once again, I want to remind you that sellerboard has a version for Shopify, so it's sellerboard.io. And right now, it's totally free. So check out the demo account and see if sellerboard is the right tool for you. Thank you for listening and watching. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.